Good evening. Our story tonight is about justice. I want to talk about the kind of justice that we have here in Beaverton. While Beaverton is one of the safest cities in Oregon, like it or not, crime happens. When crime happens, it can result in lasting trauma. How do we minimize the trauma from crime and ensure that actual justice is served? One method is to ensure that survivors are given the care they need after a traumatic experience, as our police department does with the Victim Services Program. But what about people who commit crimes? A jail sentence can be disastrous to an individual, taking them away from family, ruining job prospects, even making it hard to find housing. The city's Be Sober initiative focuses on giving residents with DUIs an opportunity to rebuild their lives and be surrounded by a community of support.
The Be Sober program is a unique DUI treatment court. The participants have lost control with the drugs and alcohol in their lives, and they continue to drive vehicles. This program helps them to remain in the community instead of having long jail sentences. The Be Sober program is really intense. We ask them to do a lot of things, including AA meetings, check-ins with the judges. They wear an alcohol monitor anklet. They have drug testing. They go to treatment. They have to have home visits with me and the home visit team. This program is important because participants, instead of going to jail where it's not going to address their addiction issues, they continue to remain in the community. They can engage with their family. They can continue their jobs, and they can do community service and be active participants in our community.
And these interventions work. This program gives people a second chance to reclaim their lives. Officer Wilson does the on-the-ground work, ensuring that participants stay sober and safe.
Our program has a lot of successes, including we had a recent graduation. Some of the interesting things that people do in our program is, for example, they may have lost touch with their children due to their alcoholism or addiction, and now they're reunited with their families. We have had folks who have left long-time abusive relationships. We have folks who have gone from being houseless to having their own apartment. We have folks who have been promoted in careers that they never thought that they could get to that level of success in their career.
While this work is inspiring and effective, its wraparound approach to public safety does not stop with the public. We know the trauma of crime extends to the police themselves.
So we recently hired a wellness officer, and the really cool thing is she has her own comfort canine who comes and visits officers throughout the day. In our job, it can be really wearing day in and day out to deal with people going through traumatic experiences. And this is something that we can visit the canine and kind of get our own little bit of joy. It can be difficult as a police officer seeing people constantly on their worst days and dealing with really traumatic things. And the beautiful thing about this program is that we go from seeing somebody potentially on the worst day of their life getting arrested for a DUI to 18 months later when they're graduating from this program and they're happy and healthy, they're hugging their family members, and they're able to be so proud of what they've accomplished.
While we're doing all we can to reduce the instances of crime, we're also doing what we can to ensure better outcomes, address and reduce trauma, and keep people in the community. This is how we're keeping Beaverton the safe city we all know and love. Thank you to our Beaverton Police Department.